Right. So, we're going to do the fade exercise. It's actually written on the board, on the whiteboard. There's a circuit and there's a program. In the circuit, the first thing we need to look at is what are the components that we need. So again, it's good practice to organize yourselves. This is going to be a workspace for this exercise. Organize it, and organize it in a way that works for you. In my case, I like to have the Arduino next to the thing, to the computer. I have the USB cable. I need an LED, so I need to pick up an LED. For example, there's one here, or this one. We need a 220 ohm resistor. Do we have one?
No idea.
No, we didn't have one, but I gave you one from the other, if you pass me that big thing at the top. Yeah, thank you. Oh, it's not this one, sorry. So it's red, brown. Okay, so here is our 220 ohm. We have our breadboard. We need wires. Here they are. So you're ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so because we have everything here, it makes it easier for us not to forget something, because when we're going to build it, if there's still something lying here, we're like, oh, make this one easy. Right, so what's the circuit? Well, here's the view of the circuit, and here's the schematic. So, the view of the circuit is that my method, which you should all use, unless you find a better method, is to do a dumb number approach. Use your finger. From the 5 volt, it's going here, and it's going nowhere, so the 5 volt can be ignored. From the ground, it's going here, and it's connecting, you remember, yeah. This is a slightly different type of breadboard than this one. We stick with the simple one, and then we go with the bigger one, with this kind. But what this means is that these horizontal pins are all connected, and these ones are all connected. So it's like you have 2 rows of connected pins, and then you have columns. This is basically the inner part. So only the columns are connected, okay? So essentially, that means that the ground goes here, and then goes to the LED. Then from the LED, it comes back to the resistor, and then it comes back to pin 9, okay? And we can check that by looking at the schematic. Do you have the same story? So going from ground to the LED, to the resistor, to pin number 9. It's the same story. So let's build that.
So
Hang on. So we have an LED, we have the resistor, and we need wires.
yeah.
By convention, anything to do with ground is black. So you need a black wire. And then we need a signal wire, anything but red or black, because red is generally, yeah, okay, that's good. So, we need to connect the LED. So first we start from the ground. So we need to connect the ground to the LED.
Where's the ground?
Well, on the board, because that's the Arduino. It's the board.
Yeah, but whereabouts?
But have a look. Do you see the ground or not?
Ah, wait.
You only touch the board either like this on the edge or here. Because if you start putting your fingers everywhere, you might there might be a static discharge and it might damage the components.
Yeah.
So you have a look to see where you see ground.
Over it.
Where?
Not too sure.
Well, when you look at the pins, you have pins here and pins here. Which ones have ground written on them?
G and D.
Yeah,
Yeah, that.
exactly like this, G and D. So you connect to one of those. Yeah, and then it goes to the LED, and as we said last time, the long leg, the one that it's folded here, is the plus, and that's the minus.
Yeah.
So the ground goes to the minus, and that goes to the plus, okay, or something else. So that needs to be connected to this. How you do that?
Connect to this using this.
Go ahead, do it.
Just anywhere.
Yeah, roughly. But try to take the side, because then you can use the rest.
Alright. And then just, is it the same column? Or,
If you want to connect, it's the same column.
yeah.
No, because there's a gap here.
Oh.
The same column over here.
So there.
No, because if you connect like this, that means these two are connected together, or they're not connected together. One side, one pin is connected to ground, and the other pin is connected to the resistor.
Oh, yeah.
So either you do this, or you do that.
Alright.
But we do this by convention. Okay?
Yeah.
It's better style. Okay. So now we have the ground to the minus pin of the LED, then the LED. Then what do we have?
The resistor.
Where is it?
Over here. We put that in there. Like that.
Yeah? And then from the resistor, where is it going?
To D9,
Okay. Where is
which
pin
is just there.
Yeah.
That one. So that goes in there, and then that will go here.
9? Yeah. Is that 9?
Oh no, that's 10.
Yeah, here we are. So, let's check. Ground to the minus pin of the LED. Is it connected there? Yeah, if you remove it, it's not connected anymore, so you can't. You shouldn't remove it. You should follow with your finger. Then, from the LED to the resistor, is there a connection there?
Yeah.
How do you know? Where is it? Yeah, you put your finger on it. Keep your finger on it. Then the resistor, and then it's going to pin 9. Alright, so the circuit is built. Next, we go on the IDE and we open the example, which is the fade in the IDE. Yeah, that's the IDE.
Where do I go?
You go to File, and you have Examples,
Yep.
and then you go to Basics, and then you have Fade. And that's the software, so you move it to the side.
Yeah.
Next, what do we need to do to run the program on the Arduino?
Plug in.
What?
Plug in the Arduino to the.
Connect the Arduino to the USB of the
Yeah.
computer.
And then.
And then you can run the program. You can test it. No. In these icons, the first one, check what the first one is.
Which one?
Just put the mouse on it. Yeah, that's to verify. Still verifying. Wait. Okay, it has verified the software and it's okay. Next, you can upload. Check the next icon.
That.
So you see it's going to blink.
Error compiling.
That's interesting because it's doing it. Error compiling. Okay, go to the tools. It's interesting because it's actually doing it. Check the board. Is it an Arduino Uno? Is it Arduino Uno here?
Yeah.
So it's correct. Check the port. Are we in the right port? The port. Are we in COM3? Is that COM3?
I'm guessing so.
So click on port COM3. And then try again to upload. Okay, now it's working. And is the LED fading in and out?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm glad there's enthusiastic contribution from there. Right, So you've got the program working and you have the LED fading in and fading out. Now let's have a look at the code. What's this part here?
Comments.
Okay, this part is the variable. Oh, this time there is a variable part. This part is the setup and this part is the loop. Okay, so we see that the LED is set to pin 9, which is actually, what it does here. So it's in pin 9. Then we set the brightness of the LED to be 0 and the amount that the LED is going to fade to be 5. Now, we don't know what brightness of fade amount is. Let's just find out. Here in the setup, we say that the pin number 9 is an output, obviously because it's going to output something to the LED. So something is going to the LED. And the loop, we have analog write, LED brightness, and then we have, what is setting? I don't know who did this setting here. Amazing how you did the setting. And then we have something else that's happening. So we have the brightness equal the brightness plus fade amount, and then you have if brightness this or something, there's some symbols, and then we have something else. Right, now we're getting something complicated. Let's understand what it is. First, we have analog write LED brightness. So that means in the pin number 9, you're going to write the brightness. And in our case, the brightness when it starts is 0. Yeah? Here it is. Then, the brightness is going to equal to the brightness plus fade amount. And in our case, fade amount is 5. That means the brightness is going to be equal to itself plus 5. In plain English, that means you're going to increment your brightness with 5. Okay? We started at 0, and now it's 5. Yeah? Then we have if the brightness is less or equal to 0, or the brightness is more or equal to 255, fade amount equal minus fade amount. Right. I will explain what that is, what this does, sorry. But we're starting to get into tricky things because it's not anymore plain English. I will explain that in a minute. But before I'll explain it, what you can do, for example, is we can change the fade amount. Instead of being 5, we can, for example, put 10. Yeah? So you just change that. And then first look at how it's fading in and out. And now look how it's going to fade in and out. So you see it's going faster. Okay? And we can do it even faster. For example, we can put 25. And see how it's going to fade in and out. Oh. Why is there a problem with the... There's a problem with the board, but it'll get sorted. It's typical with Windows machine